Hi guys, so over the last number of months there has been an attempt to chip away at the Northern Ireland Protocol. This has been the policy of parties like the DUP and the TUV in Northern Ireland. But senior members of the British government have alluded to triggering Article 16 of the protocol in order to, quote-unquote, deal with the problems it's causing. Now, the EU over the last 12 months has reached out to stakeholders in Northern Ireland, including the business community, be it producers, importers and exporters, hospitality and manufacturing. And the majority of them have always responded in the same way, that the protocol is not perfect, but it provides stability, something that needs to be maintained. This position was reinforced recently according to a survey of businesses in Northern Ireland. It seems about 2/3 of companies have now implemented the new trading arrangements under the Northern Ireland Protocol. This survey was carried out by the Northern Ireland Chamber of Commerce, and it shows in its quarterly review 65% of firms adapted to the protocol in the first quarter of this year, compared to 52% in the last quarter of 2021. But what is the feeling amongst businesses that have adapted? Well, it appears 37% are adapting well in 2022, compared to 33% in the latter part of 2021. So this number is low, but it is growing. What is also interesting is the percentage of companies that have found some sort of difficulty adapting to the protocol. This has dropped from 28% in 2021 to just 19% in the first quarter of this year. And when it comes to businesses in Northern Ireland that are struggling with significant problems, this number fell from 16% last year to just 8% this year. Now, the important caveat that needs always to be mentioned is that when it comes to the Northern Ireland Protocol, it is mitigating the damage of Brexit, but it will never completely undo it. Brexit has caused massive damage to the economy in Great Britain, but Northern Ireland has escaped the worst of it. So don't expect problems to disappear, at least in the short and medium term. This point is reinforced by the fact that 36% of companies have redirected staff to deal with the new red tape. 12% of firms have been forced to recruit new staff to handle the bureaucracy. This, of course, is a problem, and it means higher costs. Another 18% are paying for external support. Economists reviewing the data from both the Northern Ireland Chamber and the one in Great Britain have compared the approach of businesses post-Brexit. They found that Northern Ireland businesses were more pragmatic at the beginning of Brexit, while the ones in Great Britain resisted at first. This has changed, and now there's a growing number of companies in the rest of the UK adapting to life post-Brexit. What also seems to be happening is that businesses in Northern Ireland have been sharing their knowledge with customers and suppliers in Great Britain, and this has helped them to adjust their processes to deal with Brexit. Now, while all this may seem like good news, it must be remembered that Brexit has added significant costs to business in Northern Ireland. According to the survey, 32% of companies have blamed Brexit on rising costs for their customers. But while Great Britain remains outside the single market and the customs union, businesses that deal across the Irish Sea will continue to incur higher costs and more red tape. However, they seem to be making good progress in dealing with these problems. So while politicians in parties like the DUP and TUV continue to push for the removal of the protocol, businesses instead have put their heads down and made it work. The elections in May this year are expected to see pro-protocol parties win pretty big, so perhaps we will hear an end to the damaging rhetoric over the protocol. Or maybe not. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.